Hello, everyone, and welcome to another panel here at the SiGMA Roadshow, Nordics and Netherlands edition. This panel is entitled The Future of iGaming in the Nordics, where we will tackle data protection, IT infrastructure, regulations, and sustainability. I will be pleased to introduce Anna Dobrovolskaya, who is here with me in the panel. She is the Chief Marketing Officer at Internet Vikings. Anna brings passion, ambition, and a sense of unity to the company. Having started off as a junior sales representative, she flourished to the point of being entrusted with the role of sales manager. After obtaining a master's degree in business administration and management, Anna held key positions in a number of businesses prior to joining the Vikings. She has accumulated a wealth of experience, dedicating 7 years to developing and running her own enterprises as manager of 14 successful projects and launching 24 business ventures for her business partners. So Anna, pleased to speak with you. Thank you for taking the time.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here today and for such a great introduction.
Thank you very much. Now, our topic for today is about the future of iGaming in the Nordics, and we are not wizards here to make a clear prediction, but what is the tendency and what should be the clear plan to take into account?
Yeah, thank you. It's a great question. iGaming is an ever-changing industry, and to be able to predict the future, we always need to keep a full picture, zoom out, and take an overview of the past, probably. We are not the wizard, and this is true, and it won't help to predict the market share and won't help us to build an effective strategy expanding the markets, but data can help, and I'm always about the data and numbers. But I don't want to keep this conversation boring talking about the 28.6% year-on-year growth of Denmark's online casino sector. That's definitely something to consider building the plan and forecasting the next year's activities and results. But I'd like to keep this discussion more practical and zoom into the main real-life challenges that might face a lot of operators on the side of IT infrastructure, data protection, regulations, and sustainability that we all aim.
So now let's start from the IT infrastructure. Are there specific points tailored to the Nordics? And what are the challenges you are referring to?
Yeah, I would say that despite the difference in markets, IT ecosystem is fundamental for every operation, and challenges are pretty the same for the globe. But some of them are crucial, especially for iGaming industry, such as latency, like server latency, that block the way to higher conversions, then lack of technical solution that disputes their business scaling, insufficient data security that endanger operations, regulation policies that incur additional costs. When talking about IT infrastructure in gaming, it is all around the quality of the services, products provided, customer satisfaction, and retention. Everybody knows that when it comes to online casino, video slots, esports, and etc., customers want it fast. They want it now and without any disruptions. Therefore, it's more important to have well-connected infrastructure to the country and operations. When it comes to the Nordics, is the backyard of Internet Vikings, I would say. And as we are originally from Sweden and have very well-established, reliable security infrastructure designed especially for gaming operators.
And do you have any simple advice that can prevent operators from the risk? And do you have any practical steps on how to minimize it and boost the efficiency?
If we can identify the risk, we can always prevent the issue. This is so simple like that. My advice would be to put on top and always consider the main factors while choosing the supplier and planning the operations, for example. The first one, and probably the most obvious, is to build an infrastructure based on locations and be sure that your servers are close to key markets that will reduce the latency. Sometimes evaluating the cost, operators are making the decision on another side, choosing the cost efficiency without taking into account the importance of the market location, the data center locations. So it can be and it can ends up on a very challenging situation with the brand damage and the delayed gaming experience. Next one, I will probably put the importance of having a cloud platform. Operators always need to consider the next step and be ready for the big scale by the demand. And cloud platform will allow it to scale fast when it's needed. And a very good thing, to have in this case is vCloud Director. It creates a secure pool of cloud resources abstracted away from the underlying hardware that stretches across cloud setups and data centers. This allows the company to set up everything in a click of a button, no matter where the world, in the world the company business is. For example, to maintain and develop healthy infrastructure for our customers, we have developed outstanding process with full monitoring. We make a complete checkups and full scan of client services to detect malware and ensure only up-to-date configurations. And we provide server uptime monitoring 24/7 and downtime reports upon restoration. And in practice, the results show that it really protects our customers from a lot of risks. Another point would be probably to use a certified data centers and infrastructure, trust flow, reputation, and compliance with regulation of the supplier. But that probably already goes to the data protection topic.
A lot of great advices. Now, in preparation for the interview, it is worth noting that Internet Vikings conducted a few webinars this year dedicated to data protection, and it had a big demand. What was the reason behind that, and does this apply to the Nordics countries?
What a great research and amazing questions. Thank you for that. As a premium provider of hosting and related services, Internet Viking places great emphasis on securing its clients' data. And that is the reason that motivated us to create a webinar related to the Privacy Shield, for example. And yes, knowing that some operators are still using US-based data centers for their operations in the Nordics makes that a hot topic to raise up. I need to highlight the importance of the US, the importance to taking non-US data out of the USA as soon as possible. Privacy Shield is down. The regulatory framework and of transatlantic exchange of personal data already is not valid as of July 2020. This means that using US cloud service provider can become a major issue for company security, and that is super serious to take into account. US authorities have the right to request the personal and other data from US providers, even if their physical services are located elsewhere, including the Nordics. By moving the data, for example, from AWS, Azure, Google, or any other US-based cloud provider to European one, as for example, Internet Vikings, will give operators a full compliance with GDPR and protect them. Besides regulation, it's also important to consider the level of security of the processes of your partners. For example, our information security management system is ISO 27001 certified, and our staff is regularly trained to prevent any kind of breaches, loss of data.
Fantastic. All right. Now, sustainability, it seems to be the last, but probably not the least important point listed in the topic for our discussion today. And every company aims for that, but I believe that includes too many puzzles and can become a bit more complicated to reach than expected. So is there a single advice for that as well?
True. I would say that there is always a simple advice, but the journey might be tough. We don't need to reinvent something. My best advice will be to eat elephants in pieces. Basically, I think that sustainability includes lots of points mentioned above and a lot more. For example, I don't know, basically, I think that sustainability includes fair and safe game principles at iGaming. I don't know, responsible gambling, information security, responsible marketing, green initiatives, innovations, and ability to be open and collaborate on one goal altogether.
All right, so Anna, as we come to the end of our discussion, what will be your predictions of the next trend for the Nordics market?
It's probably hard to say in general, but I believe that the answer is on top of all hot recent discussions in the industry. We see a huge interest of Nordics operations in the US expansion. Total US iGaming revenue for 2019 was reported for $96 billion. That's amazing. And in 2020, even it reached $119 billion. That makes it 21% a year-to-year increase, and is expanding to grow. It has been almost 3 years since the Supreme Court shut down the federal ban and on sport betting, thus allowing individual states to legalize it. And in the sport period, since nearly 2 dozen states have made retail and online gambling legal, including Michigan and West Virginia. That's impressive. I would say that with no doubts that US markets are literally the biggest opportunity in the gaming industry today. We are not just actively monitoring every change in regulations. We have developed a rocket plan and are ready to be a partner to go. So I invite every Nordics operator to take advantage of this with the help of Internet Vikings.
Brilliant insights, Anna. It has been so great talking to you. I've learned so much, and your insights meant a lot to the show and to our viewers. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, Yanni. It was a big pleasure for me.
All right, and that is it for myself and Anna. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you for the next panel.